Hey everyone. So I have just recently finished this book, Educated by Tara Westover, and in actually I used to write a book review on Instagram about my favorite books, but since my career is transitioning to PM, so I thought. So I'm learning a lot about user empathy and user behavior and so on and so forth. So I thought, why not to give it a try? I mean, why not to just summarize the whole gist of the book into 5 to 6 minutes of video, which will be more valuable than spending 10 to 15 minutes into reading a review. And I'll do it for the books I love the most, and this is one of such book. So coming back to this memoir, it's a beautiful memoir that tells the story of a woman uh, from childhood in a very small town, and that is Idaho, and without any formal education, and from there her journey to earning a PhD from Cambridge University. I mean, that journey is just amazing and sounds one hell of an achievement, right? So this book starts with her childhood, where she explains about her family members, and her father, as per explained by her, is a very radical, is a very bipolar person, and he never believed in medicine and believes that government is evil and is after him. So what he does is he forbade his children to never go to any institution. For example, never go to schools, never go to hospitals, no matter how bad the injury is. And as a result, the children grew up uneducated, without birth certificates, and they used to work in a junkyard of their father. And her mother was a midwife, and she was a self proclaimed healer. And I guess Tara Westover was the seventh or the eighth child, I'm not sure. So, this was the whole family background and something about that. And there's something about the stories, the backgrounds that you come across while reading this book. It's just so insane. And at times I used to forget that I'm actually reading a non-fiction. I'm actually reading a memoir, and I used to believe that no, I'm reading a fiction. It's just portrayed that way, and the incident described in the book made my made me just think how this possibly can be someone's life. And it's just so heart-wrenching, so shocking. It made my heart sore. At times I used to just clench my fist, and there was a voice inside me telling me to just go to the protagonist of the story and just tell her that beat the shit out of Sean. I mean, just beat the shit out of Sean. Don't tolerate his bullshit. It's very violent. By the way, Sean is his brother. Sean is a brother, and he's very violent. And it's actually very disturbing. There are a lot of instances of physical abuse, mental abuse, and one incident I'll tell you. Some instances described in the book is absolutely ridiculous, and you just wonder how these children are actually surviving. One incident that I'll tell you is that once this the author got very bad throat infection, and she goes to her father saying ki, I have got a very bad throat infection. And what her father says is that just go out in the sun, open your mouth wide, let the sun rays come in, and just stand there, keep your open mouth, keep your mouth open, and just stand there, let the sun rays come in, and that will heal. I mean, that was the time I I was questioning, like, what is wrong with the people, what is wrong with the family. And similar instances are there throughout the book. A lot of physical and emotional abuse. And what I felt the most interesting thing here is that it was very empowering to read how she managed to get out of that black hole, and she overcame all the odds, and skipping high school altogether. She never went to high school. She was never went to any school actually. She was just homeschool taught, and skipping high school, skipping school, elementary basic education she never got. And after that also she just had that willpower to just that she earned a degree from PhD, and earned a degree from Harvard University. That seems quite unrealistic, right? And then the way they that she has described her family, it's kind of, I found it very interesting actually, because it just gives you an understanding that you can love someone and still don't like them. I mean, she loved her family. She has just grown up with them, and but she was never on board with their thoughts, and she didn't like them at all. So you can actually love someone, but not sure whether you're gonna like them or not. What truly sets this memoir apart, however, is the way it delves into the complex family dynamics, and it shows how important education is and how it can change someone's life. Through Tara's eye, I was actually able to see the devastating impact of blind loyalty and the lengths to which we can go when we love someone, and even if it comes to an extent of sacrificing our own well-being. So I mean, that is described very beautifully in this book, and I would highly recommend this book to any of you guys who are just thinking about what to read next, or who are just about to start their own journey. And I can assure you that this book is so engrossing that you won't be able to keep it down until and unless you have finished it. It's one of those books that just stays with you even after days of finishing. So, in case you are just thinking about what to read next, pick up this book and you can thank me later.